Good afternoon, dear students. Today I will discuss about some properties of definite integral. First of all, I will write one by one some properties of definite integral, and after that I will solve questions based on those properties. Property number 1, integration of a to b fx dx is equal to integration of a to b ft dt. It means the integral is independent of the change of variable. For example, 0 to pi by 2 sine to the power 5x dx is equal to integration of 0 to pi by 2 sine to the power 5t dt. What we have done, we have changed the variable from x to t, but what are unchanged? The limit. You can see 0 to pi by 2, 0 to pi by 2. The form of the integral sine to the power 5x sine to the power 5t dt. So form of the integrals are same, lower limit upper limit are same, only we have changed the variable. So if keeping the form unchanged, upper limit lower limit unchanged, if we change only the variable, the value of the integral will be same. You can see sine to the power 5x dx sine to the power 5t dt. Form is exactly same, limit is exactly same, so their value will be same. This is property number 1. Next, number 2, integration of a to b fx dx is equal to integration of minus of b to a fx dx. It can be proved easily. So in a definite integral, we can interchange the upper and lower limit with a minus sign. A to b fx dx equal to minus of integration of b to a fx dx. Next, property number 3, integration of a to b fx dx is equal to integration of a to b fx dx is equal to integration of a to c fx dx plus integration of c to b fx dx, where c is any number, any real number between a and b. So a to b fx dx is equal to integration of a to b fx dx equal to a to c fx dx plus c to b fx dx, or you can think in this way, 1 to 5 fx dx equal to 1 to 3 fx dx plus 3 to 5 fx dx. This c can be any real number between a and b. This is property number 3. Next, property number 4 is a very important property. Integration of 0 to a fx dx is equal to integration of 0 to a f of a minus x dx. Integration of 0 to a fx dx equal to integration of 0 to a f of a minus x dx. That means if we replace x by a minus x, the value of the integral will be same. The value of the integral will remain unchanged. Limit, you can see 0, lower limit is 0, 0 to a, 0 to any number fx dx is equal to 0 to a f of a minus x. Here we have replaced x by a minus x. The value of the integral is same. What we will do here, we will prove this theorem. It's a very important, and proof is also important for exam. So to prove this, let us start from the right hand side. 0 to a f of a minus x dx. Now we are proving from right hand side to left hand side. We will prove this is equal to this. We've taken right hand side. Now we will put a minus x equal to t. So differentiating a is constant, derivative of left hand side is a minus of 1 into dx. So dx is equal to dt. Next, we have to change our variable. These are the limits of x. We have to change the variable also. When x equal to 0, when x equal to 0, t equal to a. When x equal to a, t is equal to 0. So the given integral, this integral changes to, now you can see 0 to a will become, when x equal to 0, t equal to a. When x equal to a, t equal to 0, a to 0, f of a minus x is t. Dx is, you can see, dx is equal to, from this dx equal to minus of dt. Minus of dt. Now applying property number 2, we can interchange the limits with a minus sign. So it is, as it is minus a to 0 ft dt, we will write 0 to a. We have interchanged upper and lower limit. A minus will come out, and minus it will be plus ft dt. Here we have used property number 2. Next, now we will use the property number 1. What is the property number 1? If we change the variable only, keeping the form unchanged, keeping the limits unchanged, upper and lower limit unchanged, the value of the integral will be same. So 0 to a, we will just change the variable from t to x, 0 to a fx dx. Okay. So what we have proved, integration of 0 to a f of a minus x dx is equal to 0 to a fx dx. And this is the proof, and this is very, very important proof. Here we have used property 1, and from this line to this line we have interchanged the limit. Here I have used property number 2, and this is very, very important property, and there will be lots of questions on this particular property. So 0 to a fx dx equal to 0 to a f of a minus x dx. If we replace x by a minus x, if we replace x by a minus x, you can see the value of the integral is same, will be same. Next property is integration of a to b fx dx is equal to integration of a to b f of a plus b minus of x dx. Integration of a to b fx dx equal to integration of a to b f of a plus b. You can see a plus b minus x. If we replace x by a plus b minus x, the value of the integral will be unchanged. Again, let me prove this one. Let us start with the right hand side. It is integration of a to b f of a plus b minus x dx. In the first step, we will put this equal to t. Let a plus b minus x equal to t. So differentiating, we will get minus of dx is equal to dt. When x equal to a, t equal to b. When x equal to b, these are actually limit of, here variable is x. So these are limits of x, limits for the variable x. Here we have changed the variable from x to t. So we have to find the limit for this variable t. So when x equal to b, if we put x equal to b, t will be a. Okay. Now this integral changes to, when x equal to a, t equal to b, so b to a f of a plus b minus x is t, this is equal to t, so f of t, and dx is equal to, this dx is equal to minus of dt, it will be minus of dt. The next line will interchange the limits, minus b to a will be a to b. Okay, and one minus one will come out as we have interchanged the limit, and this minus will make this plus, f of t dt. Next, using property number 1, here I have used property number 2. Next, using property number 1, keeping the form unchanged, limit unchanged, if we change the variable only, the value will be same. So a to b fx dx, integration of a to b fx dx. Okay. This is the proof of this particular theorem. This is also very, very important and useful theorem. Next, property number 6, integration of minus a to a fx dx is equal to 0 to a f of minus x plus f of x dx minus a to a fx dx equal to 0 to a f of minus x plus f of x dx. Okay, next corollary. Here corollary means the results which will come directly from this theorem. Number 1, if fx is an odd function, odd function means f of minus of x equal to minus of fx. This is definition of odd function. If fx is an odd function, that is f of minus x equal to minus fx, you can see if f of minus x equal to minus of fx, then minus fx and plus fx will get cancelled. So value of this will be 0. So if fx is an odd function, then this will be equal to minus of fx, this will be minus of fx, and therefore the value of this integral and minus a to a fx dx will be equal to 0. Okay, this is number 1 result which comes from this. And if fx is an even function, then f of minus x is equal to f of x. This is the definition of even function. And if f of minus x equal to fx, what we will get? If f of minus x equal to fx, we will get fx plus fx equal to twice of fx. So value of this will be twice of 0 to a fx dx. And integration of minus a to a fx dx will be equal to twice of 0 to a fx dx. Okay. So if fx is odd function, value of minus a to a fx dx will be 0. You can see here, if fx is an odd function, minus a to a fx dx will be 0. If fx is an even function, then minus a to a fx dx will be twice of 0 to a fx dx. And now let us prove this theorem, property number 5. Let us prove this one. Let me start with the left hand side, minus integration of minus a to a fx dx. This equal to, we can write minus a to a means between minus a and plus a, 0 will come. So we will write in this way using property number 3, minus a to 0 fx dx plus 0 to a fx dx. We have property 3, integration of a to b fx dx equal to a to c fx dx plus c to b fx dx, where c is any number between a and b. And using this, we get integration of minus a to a fx dx equal to minus a to 0, 0 to a, as 0 comes between minus a and plus a. Now, in the first integral, we will put x equal to minus of t. So dx will be minus of dt. When x equal to minus of a, when x equal to minus of a, t will be a. When x equal to 0, t is also equal to 0. Okay. Now this will become minus a, it will be a to 0 f of minus t dx equal to minus dt, 0 to a. I will keep the second integral unchanged. Okay. A to 0, we can interchange the limit with a minus sign. This will become plus 0 to a f of minus t dt plus 0 to a fx dx. Okay. In the next line, what I will do, I will use property 1. I will just change the variable, keeping all the things, limits and form unchanged. I will write this equal to 0 to a f of minus x dx. I have just changed the variable from t to x, plus 0 to a fx dx. Now you can see 0 to a is the upper and lower and upper limit in both the integrals. So we can write this in this way. See, we can write this 0 to a f of minus x plus f of x dx, combining these two, 0 to a. So we can write this integral in this way, which is the, you can see, which is the right hand side. Okay, so this is the proof of the theorem, and you can easily prove the remaining parts. If fx is odd function, this will be minus of fx, these two will get cancelled, answer will be 0. And if fx is even function, this will be f of minus x will be f of x. So fx plus fx will be twice of fx. This one, these two are very, very important theorem. One is this one. This is true when fx is even function, and this is true when fx is odd function. If fx is odd, minus a to a fx dx will be 0. So this was property number 6 for you. Next, property number 7 I will write. Next property is integration of 0 to 2a fx dx is equal to 0 to a f of x dx, or let me write in this way, 0 to a fx plus f of 2a minus x dx. 0 to twice a fx dx equal to 0 to a fx dx plus 0 to a f of 2a minus x dx. And from this what we will get? Again I am writing corollary, that is the results which will come from this. If f of twice a minus x is equal to minus of fx, if value of this is minus of fx, then plus fx minus fx will get cancelled, and in that case 0 to twice a fx dx will be equal to 0. And if f of twice a minus x equal to plus of fx, if this is equal to plus of fx, so fx plus fx, it will be twice of, so we will get 0 to twice a fx dx is equal to twice of 0 to a fx dx. Proof I am leaving for you. This is also very, very important. This may come in the exam. How will you start? Take the left hand side, 0 to twice a fx dx, then you write 0 to a plus a to twice a using property 3. 0 to 2a equal to, we can write 0 to a fx dx plus a to twice a fx dx. Okay, in the second integral, a to twice a fx dx, in that integral put x equal to 2a minus t. X equal to, in the second integral put x equal to 2a minus t. You will get this. Okay, and proceed, you will get this answer, you will get the right hand side. So try this, try to prove this property number 7 at home. And so these are some properties which is given in NCERT book. And now one by one I will pick one particular property and solve some questions based on that. So first of all, let me pick this property number 4. It's a very, very important, which is this: 0 to a fx dx is equal to 0 to a f of a minus x dx. So now I will solve some questions based on this particular property. Okay, here I have taken this particular question. This is a very simple question, but at the same time very, very important question. To evaluate integration 0 to pi by 2 root over sin x by root over sin x plus root over cos x dx. To find the value of this, we have to start in this way. We will consider this integral as I. Let I equal to 0 to pi by 2 root over sin x by root over sin x plus root over cos x dx. We'll mark this by 1. Now this integral is of the form 0 to a fx dx. This is our fx, 0 to a fx dx, and we know 0 to a fx dx equal to 0 to a f of a minus x. That is, if we replace x by a minus x, here a is pi by 2. So if we replace x by pi by 2 minus x, as a is pi by 2, the value of the integral will be unchanged. So if we replace x by a minus x, a is pi by 2. So a minus x, if we replace x by a minus x plus the value of the integral will be same. Its value is I, its value also will be I. Here we have used this particular property. You have to mention here, you have to write using this property. Okay. Now sin pi by 2 minus x is cos x. This will become cos x and this will become sin x. Therefore I equal to root over sin pi by 2 minus x will be root over cos x by root over cos x plus root over sin x dx. I will mark this by number 2. So this is our number 1, the given question. This is our number 1, I equal to this, and after using property 4 I got this relation and I marked this by 2. Now we will add 1 and 2. I will add 1 and 2. So 1 plus 2 implies now if we add 1 and 2, you see this is 1 and this is 2, the left hand side will be I plus I, so twice I, equal to 0 to pi by 2, this one root over sin x by root over sin x plus root over cos x dx, plus this one 0 to pi by 2 root over cos x by root over sin x plus root over cos x dx. Okay, so we have added 1 and 2. I plus I is twice I, and right hand side will be this plus this. And now if we take LCM and if we add these two, our numerator will be root over sin x plus root over cos x, and the LCM is same, root over sin x plus root over cos x dx. These two will get cancelled, so 2I equal to 0 to pi by 2 integration of 0 to pi by 2 dx. This will get cancelled, so integration of d. So 2I equal to integration of dx is x, 0 to pi by 2. 2I equal to pi by 2 minus 0 is pi by 2, so I equal to pi by 4. It's a very simple but very important. So the value of the given integral, value of this integral is equal to, this integral is I and I equal to pi by 4. So value of the given integral is pi by 4. Next question is to evaluate integration of 0 to a root x by root x plus root a minus x dx. In the first step, we will consider the given integral as I. So we will write, let I equal to 0 to a. So I equal to given integral equal to, considered as I and marked the integral by 1. Now we will use the property 4. This is of the form 0 to a fx dx, 0 to a fx dx. Now using property 4, if we replace x by a minus x, if we replace x by a minus x, okay, here we have 3 terms, 1, 2, 3, and each term we will replace x by a minus x. So this will be a minus x, and this will be a minus x. We have replaced all x by a minus x. So if we replaced x by a minus x, the value of the integral will remain unchanged. This is property number 2. So this integral will be I equal to root over a minus x by root over a minus x plus this will become root over x dx. And this is number 2. Number 1, number 2. We will add these two now, 1 and 2. 1 plus 2 gives twice I equal to, this is number 1, 0 to a root x by root x plus root a minus x dx plus this, we are adding 1 and 2, this plus this. So plus this one, 0 to a root over a minus x by root over a minus x plus root x dx. Now in both the integrals the denominator is same, so twice I equal to, if we take LCM in the right hand side, the denominator will be this root over x plus root over a minus x, and the numerator will be this plus this root x plus root a minus x. As denominator is same in both the integral, the numerator will be this plus this. You can see these two terms will get cancelled. So twice I equal to 0 to a, this will get cancelled, 0 to a dx. So twice I equal to, integration of dx is x, 0 to a. So twice I equal to, if we replace x by a, we will get a minus 0. So it will be a, I equal to a by 2 is the answer. A by 2 is the value of the integral. Our next question is to evaluate 0 to pi by 4 log of 1 plus tan x dx, and this is a very important question. 0 to pi by 4 log of 1 plus tan x dx. Like two previous questions, we will consider this integral as I. Let I equal to integration of 0 to pi by 4 log of 1 plus tan x dx. We will mark this by 1. Next, in the next line, we will apply, this is of the form 0 to a fx dx. This is our fx, 0 to a fx dx. Now we will replace x by a minus x. We will replace x by a minus, a is pi by 4 here. So if we use the property 4, this will change to 0 to pi by 4 log of 1 plus 10. We have to replace x by a minus x. Okay, we have to replace x by a minus x and dx. Now 0 to pi by 4 log of 1 plus 10 pi by 4 minus x. Apply the formula 10a minus b. We will get 10a minus 10b by 1 plus 10b, and putting 10 pi by 4 equal to 1, we will get this 10 pi by 4 minus x equal to 1 minus tan x by 1 plus tan x dx. If we take LCM, we will get 0 to pi by 4 log of 1 plus tan x, and numerator will be 1 plus tan x plus 1 minus tan x, plus tan x minus tan x will get cancelled. Take LCM, tan x will get cancelled. We will get this 2 by 1 plus tan x. 0 to pi by 4. Now log of m by n is log of m minus log of n. Log of m by n is log of m minus log of n. Now I will separate the integrals. Log 2 is constant. I will write log 2 integration of 0 to pi by 4 dx. Log 2 is constant, so 0 to pi by 4 dx minus 0 to pi by 4 log of 1 plus tan x dx. Okay, this is our This is our I equal to this, I equal to this. Now you can see integration of 0 to pi by 4 log of 1 plus tan x dx is equal to this integral is our I. So from using this relation, you see, using this relation we get I equal to log 2. Integration of dx is x 0 to pi by 4, and this integral is our I. You see, from 1 this is I, so this integral is equal to I. Bringing this I in the left hand side, we will get 2i's I equal to log 2 into, we will put x equal to pi by 4, so it will be pi by 4 minus 0. 2i's I equal to log 2 into pi by 4. So 2i's I equal to pi by 4 into log 2, and I equal to, answer will be pi by 8 into log of 2, pi by 8 into log of 2. Okay, so this is the solution, but this is a very important question, pi by 8 log 2. Now this particular question I will not solve, I will just do the first 2 lines of this question, and rest of the part you try, you can do. Now integration of 0 to 1 log of 1 plus x by 1 plus x square dx. To integrate this, first we will put x equal to tan theta, that is we are using method of substitution. If we put x equal to tan theta, when x 0, theta will be 0, or one more thing I want to write, dx equal to sec square theta d theta. When x equal to 0, t is 0. When x equal to 1, t equal to pi by 4. And if you put x equal to tan theta, this integral will change to 0 to pi by 4 log of 1 plus tan theta by 1 plus tan square theta, and dx is sec square theta d theta. 1 plus tan square is sec square, this sec square will get cancelled, so we will be left with 0 to pi by 4 log of 1 plus tan theta d theta. Okay, 0 to pi by 4 log of 1 plus tan theta d theta. Now you can see our last question, which is this 0 to pi by 4 log of 1 plus tan x dx, and we know the result of this, the value of this integral is pi by 8 log 2. Similarly, if we proceed just like the last question, its answer also will be pi by 8 log 2. So if we put x equal to tan theta, we will get exactly the last question, and the answer will be this. After that you proceed just like the last question. Okay, this is also very important question. This question came in board exam also. Our next question is to evaluate 0 to 1 integration x into 1 minus x whole thing to the power n dx. So first of all, we will consider the given integral as I. Next, we will use the property number 4. This integral is of the form 0 to 1 fx dx. Fx dx, this is our fx. 0 to a is our 1. So we will apply the property number 4. And how to apply? We will replace x by a minus x, 1 minus x. So if we replace x by 1 minus x, this will become 1 minus x, and this will be 1 minus x whole thing to the power n dx. You can see what I have done. I have replaced x by 1 minus x. X equal to, I have written 1 minus x. This x equal to, I have written 1 minus x. So 0 to 1, we have to write applying property number 4 here by the side of this. So 0 to 1, 1 minus x, this will be 1 will get cancelled, this will be x to the power n dx. Now if we multiply, we will get 0 to 1 x to the power n dx minus 0 to 1 x to the power n plus 1 dx. And so integrating and putting x equal to 1, I get this result, and if we take LCM will be n plus 1 into n plus 2, the numerator will be 1. So this is the answer. Okay, integration of x to the power n is this, x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1, x to the integration of this will be n plus 2 by n plus 2. If we put x equal to 1, 1 to the power anything will be 1, minus 0 by something will be 0. So value of this is 1 by n plus 1, this is 1 by n plus 2, and this is the answer. Next question is to evaluate, to integrate 0 to pi x sin x by 1 plus cos square dx. This is another very important question. This question came in board exam, and this is also given in NCERT book. So first of all, I have considered the given integral as I and marked this by 1. Now this integral is of the form 0 to a fx dx. Now we will use the property number 4. We will replace x by a minus x. So this x will be pi minus x sine of pi minus x 1 plus cos square pi minus x dx. And remember one thing, generally if there is an extra x like this given in the question, x into sin x, x by 1 plus sin x, if extra x is given in the question, generally we use property number 4. Okay, now 0 to pi I equal to 0 to pi minus x, sin pi minus x is sin x, 1 plus cos pi minus x is minus cos x, but its square will be cos square x. Cos of pi minus x is minus cos x, its whole square will be cos square x. Okay, now we'll separate the integrals. Now separating the integrals, we get pi into sin x by 1 plus cos square x, x into sin x by 1 plus cos square x. Now this integral 0 to pi x sin x by 1 plus cos square x is I. This integral, value of this integral is I. So this equal to, we will write I. So I equal to pi into 0 to pi sin x by 1 plus cos square x dx minus of I. Now bringing this I in the left hand side, we will get twice I equal to, now to integrate right hand side, we will substitute, we will put cos x equal to t. Let cos x equal to t. Its derivative is a minus of sin x dx is equal to dt. When x equal to 0, t equal to cos of 0 is 1, t equal to 1. When x equal to pi, t equal to cos of pi is minus of 1, so minus of 1, and therefore the right hand side becomes 1 to minus 1. Sin x dx will be minus of dt, so this will be minus of dt by 1 plus t square. Now we will interchange the limit, this will become plus, and so interchanging the limits, you can see if we interchange the limits, this will become plus, this will be interchanged, and we will get this. Now integration of dt by 1 plus t square is tan inverse of t. Limit will be from minus 1 to 1. First we'll put tan inverse of, we'll put t equal to 1 minus tan inverse of minus 1. So twice I equal to pi into tan inverse of 1 is pi by 4, minus of tan inverse of minus 1, this will become plus of tan inverse of 1, which is pi by 4. Tan inverse of minus x is minus of tan inverse of x, so this. So twice I equal to pi into pi by 2, pi by 4 plus pi by 4. So I equal to, it will be pi square by 4, pi square by 4. So these are some questions based on property 4. In the next class I will solve some more properties based on property 4. and some questions based on other properties also. That's all for today. Thank you.